Hey guys, it's Hector here with another educational video. This one's a little bit different from what I usually do. Yeah, I usually do the Otaku Encyclopedia, which is kind of educational, but it's educational in terms of like nerd culture and stuff like that. So for this video, I wanted to go over the basic Japanese sounds for those who might be kind of learning Japanese through free sources or whatnot, and might not know some of the basic pronunciation. Like, I had a friend about 11 years ago who was watching Japanese anime, and I watched a little bit of anime back then, but I didn't watch any in Japanese. And she would always try and use some Japanese words here and there, and I remember she didn't know how to pronounce baka, and she's like, is it baka or is it baka? And that's just because she didn't know the basic pronunciation. But of course, 11 years ago there wasn't YouTube either, so I want to go over the basic pronunciation sounds and stuff in Japanese. So first, let's start off with the vowels, because there's pretty much a vowel sound between every consonant in hiragana and katakana, almost. And well, if you're looking at it in the Romaji, the English alphabet. So first, vowels A, E, I, O, U, they're pronounced A, E, I, O, U. So if you're familiar with Spanish, it's pretty much the exact same vowel sounds, Japanese and Spanish. A, I, E, O, and U is U. So if you get the vowel sounds down, you can pronounce most of Japanese since there's so many vowels in there. But of course, there are a few other sounds that you do need to learn. So the CH sound, when you're looking in the Romaji and you see CH, there's always a ch sound like chocolate. It is never a k sound like a hard k, like Loch from Loch Ness Monster or whatever. It is never ever that. It's always ch like chocolate. Next one you need to learn is the RL kind of combination sound. A lot of people always make fun of Asian people because they don't really know how to pronounce the R's and the L's in English, but the people who speak English don't know how to pronounce this kind of sound in Japanese. It's not even really an R sound, it's not a ra, and I guess it's more of an L sound, like la, but not exactly. I guess, again, if you are familiar with Spanish, it's kind of like the Spanish R sound where you roll your R, but you don't roll it too much. You just more like flick the tongue on the roof of your mouth, like a Japanese word, risu, that means squirrel, and it starts R-I-S-U. That's how you spell it, R-I-S-U. So it's risu, risu. So you just flick your tongue, and that's the R-L combo sound. And also, there aren't any V sounds, so when they try and use a different language word with a V sound, they use a B. So just like with this, there's no RL, so they will use R with Romaji with this sound, but if they're trying to use a word that has an L in it from a different language, they will still use this R sound. And then there's not really a sound per se, but it will help you out with your pronunciation of Japanese. When you're looking at the English alphabet, the Romaji type of Japanese, and you see two consonants back to back, like a T and a T, or a K and a K, like the Japanese word kakkui, which means cool. If you see that K and a K back to back, or any other consonant, you do a brief stop, and then you continue on with the word. This does not work with vowels, so if you see an O and an O, or an I and I, you'll probably see two I's next to each other much more commonly than any of the other vowels. It does not work with vowels, only with consonants. So if you see the two consonants back to back, do a brief stop, continue on with the word. Like I said, kakkui, that means cool. Kakkui, do a brief stop and then continue on. So when you're looking at hiragana or katakana, it'll be actually the tsu sound, TSU. It'll be the tsu hiragana or katakana character, but it'll be a smaller form. So you'll see the smaller tsu form before the other hiragana or katakana word or sound that you're going to be saying. And then one last sound, because I think most people will be able to get all the other sounds if they look at a hiragana katakana list, but the fu sound isn't really a fu sound because it's in the whole row with the H's, ha, he, hi, ho, and then fu, but they usually write it fu and they use it for F sounding words, but it isn't really a hard F. They don't like bite their lip and then make the, breathe through it and make a foo or whatever. They just kind of lower their lips, and it is kind of a who, but not a hard who. It's a who or something, It's kind of a mix between an HU and an FU. It's a who. So it kind of sounds like foo, kind of sounds like who, but it's more of a combination sound. And that's pretty much all the sounds, the basic sounds in Japanese. And I hope this video kind of helped with the pronunciation. I actually thought about doing this a while ago because somebody commented on one of my videos and said I wasn't pronouncing Japanese right, and I was like, that's bullshit, man, because I've been studying for about 3 years, plus I know a bit of Spanish, and Spanish is, kind of sounds like Japanese and all that stuff. So I thought I'd make this video kind of despite that guy, I guess, and also just to help people out, because I like helping people out with educational videos, and that's what I did here, hopefully. If you thought it wasn't too helpful, if you need more help with something, you can always leave a comment and I'll try my best to answer it, to respond. I think I always respond to everybody's comment if your replies are on your whole comment system, because some people comment but you can't reply back to them, and then there's just nothing I can do about it, right? But if your comment, or if there are a lot of comments with that same question, then I will make another video addressing that question. But if it's just one person, I'll just comment back, I guess. So that's it. If you found this video helpful or useful or whatever, or if you just appreciated me doing it, you can give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel for more Japanese related videos. Some are educational like this, some are a little bit vloggy, and sometimes I do product reviews. So if you want to see any of that, definitely subscribe, because more is coming in the future.